Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream this Sunday. So glad that you can join me. In this live stream, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 powerful practice tips. And we're not just going to be talking about them, but in this live stream, I'm going to be demonstrating how you can apply these practice tips to music. We're going to go through a couple of different musical examples. Really looking forward to sharing with you all the things I have planned for today. And this is 5 must-know practice tips. These are some things that will really help you to go further into your music this year, 2020. So how are you all doing? This is, if you're watching this on a live broadcast or a replay, there will soon be timestamps in the video description below so you can go through the different chapters. Want to let you know before I say hello to a whole bunch of people showing up, thank you so much for joining me. Want to say that the general plan for this lesson is we're going to go through 5 practice tips. We're going to play some examples of them, how to use these tips for bar chords, strumming, single note licks. And then at the end of the lesson, I have, as I always do, I have a meditation planned, a universal practice of bringing our hearts and our minds into the present moment. This week, I'm excited to share with you. I'm going to turn my camera a little bit this way. I'm excited to share with you. I'm going to give you a singing bowl bath. So I have a whole bunch of chimes and singing bowls, and we'll be exploring deep listening and having a very relaxing time. So that'll begin at about 1 hour into this session. There will also be a tree picks giveaway like we do each and every week. If you want to win your tree picks, there's a link in the video description below. So you have, you don't have to go do that right now. The link will be good for at least 2 or 3 days. So go enter your name and address and you'll win some tree picks. We'll be announcing this week's winner in just about 10 or 15 minutes. Want to say hello to some friends who are here in the room. Thank you for joining. Let's see, Len is here. We got some folks from Oregon. Dagmar, welcome. Hey, Sean, in from Ireland. Thank you for being here. We've got Jana from France, folks from Massachusetts, from Vermont. That's where I live in the U.S. Oh, excellent. We got some friends from Buffalo, New York. I lived in Buffalo for 20 years. This is awesome. We got some Michelle from Paris is here. Got some folks from Bulgaria. Alma is here from the Villages. Thank you, Alma. So we're going to keep saying hello to folks in the chat, but I do want to get into the lesson, of course. So glad that you can join me for this session. I'll be answering your questions during the session. I hope that you have a glass of water or a cup of tea or something, and that you'll stick around for the entire lesson. I've got some really nice things planned for you. So are you ready to go? We got Bob from the Madison, Wisconsin area. Welcome. We got Copenhagen in the house. Excellent. Utrecht in the Netherlands. I almost got to Utrecht. I did not get there. Been to the Netherlands twice. I want to go back. So happy that there are friends from all over the world here, all over North America. Got some friends from South America and, of course, Europe. It's early in the morning in Japan, in Australia, so if you're watching on a replay, be sure to check the links in the description below. There will be timestamps so you can go through the different chapters. Before we get into this, I want to let you know that I am going to be offering in 2 weeks. I do these live streams each and every week. I will be offering a online class. I'll be letting you know all about it. There's early bird registration for the next week. So you get a better price on it, and that webinar is going to be all about the blues. I'll tell you more about this after we get into the lesson a little bit, but just letting you know that you'll get access to replay. I'm making some jam tracks. We're going to play a couple of really great bluesy tunes. I'm going to teach you about soloing. You will receive fretboard diagrams of the A minor pentatonic scale. There's going to be a lot of cool things I'm going to share with you. So check the link in the description below if you want to sign up for that. And look forward to seeing you there. All right, let's get into things. How are you all feeling? Happy New Year. I hope that your New Year's off to a good start. Many folks come to music, for relaxation, of course, to have a good time. And I hope that what I'm sharing with you today is going to really help you to go further into music. Let's get right into it. 5 practice tips for 2021, a new vision. Practice makes progress, right? So there are a whole lot of tips I want to share with you, but we're not just going to be talking, we're going to be playing progress, not perfection, right? Practice makes progress, all right? That is the mindset to bring into your practice for a relaxing time. A couple of potent quotes. Practice is patient repetition with love. You know, we're showing up. Life is hard enough. Let's make our music practice very gentle and kind to ourselves. I'm going to be sharing some strategies about that. Drop by drop by drop, the bucket gets filled. You know, even one little drop at a time, the bucket does eventually get filled. And that is the attitude that has helped me to go further in my music, knowing that every step I take is just getting me a little closer to my goals. Number 3, it's not the information that's hard. It's the coordination. So I'm going to be sharing some tips about how to really train our coordination. And finally, there are no mistakes. There's only learning. No mistakes. There's only learning. Are you ready to do some jamming? Let's jam on a fun song. 3 chords, G major. Let's warm up our chords. G major. This is Simon and Garfunkel's 59th Street Bridge. D major is our second chord. A major. Back to D. And let's get a little bit of an intro going. Are you ready? 2, 1, start with G. Let's jam. D, A, D, G, D. Let's sing it out. Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Just keep those chords going. La 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 la. Feeling groovy. Hello, hello lamppost. What you knowin'? I'll come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Doodin' doodin' doodin', feeling groovy. Keep going now. La da 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 da. Feeling groovy. Let's keep those chords going. G, D, A, D, G, D. One more verse. Let's sing it out. Got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning light drop all its battles on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Ooh, la 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 la, na na na, feeling groovy. Oh yeah, la la na na, feeling groovy. 2 more times, la 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 la, feeling groovy. Slow it down here, la 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 na 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 na, feeling groovy. D. Thank you for jamming with me. How are you all feeling out there? Want to say hello to some folks in the chat. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, please give this video a thumbs up, a like, share it with your friends. I've got some really fun things to share with you. This lesson's going to be about how to practice. We started with a relatively easy song to play there, Feeling Groovy, the 59th Street Bridge song. How are you feeling? Welcome to the new year. A new year is a wonderful thing, of course. What we bring to our practice is similar to really what we bring to a new year. The mindset, the kind of consciousness we're bringing to our practice will determine how our practice goes. Remember that there are no mistakes. There is only learning. So even though I'm offering tips and instruction with all my videos, it's always implied, I will make it very crystal clear now, that you do what you do the way you do it, and give yourself a pat on the back just for showing up. Just for showing up for your music, right? Progress, not perfection. Welcome, Mark from California. We got some folks from Spain. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you, Gianni. Glad you're here. Feeling groovy. A most blessed new year to you too, Trey. Thank you. So let's get into a little more of our topic here. The first practice tip, using a practice journal. I've been keeping practice journals since I was about 14, 15. And it's a really powerful thing. And these days, of course, you could, type things out on your phone or on your computer, but there's magic. And I think you know what I'm talking about. There's magic that happens when you put pencil to paper, and the magic of your energy, your kinetic energy going into the page. So get yourself a practice journal. It can be very, very simple. It might just be a simple little notebook like this. It could be a beautiful journal. I use both. Write down one goal that you have for this month. Rather than having 10 goals, which is great. I honor that. If you want to do 10 different things, that's super cool. But it's easier to stay committed to just one goal at a time. So write down between 1 and 3 goals that you want to achieve with your music this month. If you have a pen, if you have a paper, do it right now. What are the 3 things that you really want to do this month? I'd like to show a little something about how we can apply this to the song we just played, but let's just keep talking for one more moment. It lets you break down your goals into specific action items. You can track your progress, and you keep your dedication alive. This is the time of year where many of us have new calendars. So if you have a calendar, gosh, mine's over there, I can't leave to get it, but a calendar that has the entire year on it, my power tip to you, it's so simple, but it really makes a difference, is to take that calendar, the full year, and every day that you sit down to practice, make an X on that day. You'll soon get really excited to see that X grow, and that chain, that snake you're building across the calendar, it just gets consistent. It's totally cool to have gaps in it. Things happen. You miss a day, you miss 3 days of practice, but every day you sit down to practice, that you show up, put an X on your calendar, watch what happens, and be sure to track what you do in your journal. What should you write in your journal? Write the date. So you could say January 3rd, 2021. Write down what you did and then how long you did it. And we're going to talk about using a timer later. Those are the 3 things that I write in my practice journals. Been very, very helpful. So helpful in my music journey. Let's go back to the tune we just played, Feeling Groovy. All right? And we're going to do more complex things in a moment. But let's just take a moment to apply some practice. When we switch from G, go ahead, join me right now. Strum your G major chord and let it ring. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Huya Yen. Excellent. We got some folks dropping some great things in the chat, helping us out. Let's take a look at the chord change. Look at your left hand now. Let go of everything but your ring finger. Slide down. Place the other ones there. Now that's a common way to play D to G. Let's go ahead. Let's play G and then D. G and then D. But let's say you wanted to practice a new way of playing your D. Maybe you want to use these three fingers because these three fingers set your middle finger on the fourth string so it's ready to land on the A chord with ease. So how would we do that? Let's go back to here, and I'm going to skip ahead a couple of pages because I want to show you something. One hand at a time. We're skipping ahead to the fifth tip. When practicing passages of music, look at the fretting hand about 3 times. So you do 3 repetitions, just focus on your left hand. And even if you've done this many times, there's always more we can learn. We can learn how to soften our hand more. We could practice muting. There's always more to reveal. After you do that for 3 times, practice looking at the strumming hand or the picking hand. So let's keep a rhythm of down, 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 up, down. Nice, slow, easy shuffle for now. And let's just see if we can nail that chord change, not looking at this hand, but only looking at your picking hand. Are you ready? 2, 3, 4. Back to G. One more. Good. Release. Let go of the hands. Now the third step is to practice both hands together. All right, so we're going to balance our awareness. We're going to spend a little bit of time looking at this hand. A little bit of our focus is going to be on this hand. Okay, so we just balance and look with your chin up. You know, instead of your neck like this, try to look from the top of the mountain. Okay, your shoulders are the base of a mountain, and you are looking down without hurting your neck. Okay, let's do this together. 1, 2, both hands now. Now I'm going to look at this hand. A couple more times. And let's just let go right here. Zoop. We're doing a condensed version of this exercise. Now the final step is to just let go. You can do this in a number of ways and just let the music play itself. So, to summarize, we looked at this hand, really internalized what's going on. We looked at this hand, really internalized what it's doing. Then we looked at both of them, balancing our attention, and now we're just going to let go. You can practice this. You can look forward at your audience. Maybe you're playing for your kitty cat, or maybe for your wife or your children, or you could look out the window at the trees. And another wonderful thing to do is to close your eyes. And closing your eyes will open up all kinds of sensitivity to the nuances of your touch. All right, so let's do this. Let's play the whole, the entire 3-chord riff. And that is, moving from G to D to A to D. Now, I know for many folks, hope you're not clicking away, for many folks, this is simpler stuff, but we can always go deeper. And this is one way to go deeper and really, really own it, right? This is super practice, okay? Really connecting the circuitry deeply. All right, are you ready? Let's go through this. We're going to play G, D, A, D. Just keep the groove. Let's look at our left hand. Come on now, left hand. Watch the dance of the hand. Breathe deeply. Very nice. Now let's bring some attention to our strum. Look at it go down and up. Maybe you're going to accent a little stronger. One, down, down, down. I'm feeling groovy. Keep going. Focus on your strum. Now let's balance our attention between both hands, okay? Little attention over here, a little attention over here. Come on now. Da-dum, dum, dum. Feeling groovy. Try to sing if you're comfortable with it. Let's do it. Da-da-dum-dum-dum. I'm feeling groovy. You just keep your chords going. Now for the really deepest stage, close your eyes or just look away and let the music play itself. Go by feel. Feel it. Ready? Come on, let's do it. 3. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm feeling groovy. Now open your eyes again or look back at your hands and check in. One last time. This time, everybody, try it. Close your eyes, and when you open them up again, you're going to be feeling what you're looking at. You're going to be looking at what you're feeling. Ready? Close your eyes. I'm feeling groovy. Bum, 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 feeling groovy. Now open up your eyes again and let's end on D. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for going on that little trip with me. One hand at a time, okay? You can watch this video anytime, of course, as a replay. There are many more tips I'm going to share with you. We jumped ahead to number 5 there. How you feeling out there? If you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, please share this video with your friends. Give it a thumbs up, a like. That's a huge help. I want to announce the winner of the Tree Picks giveaway contest before we move on. There's a link in the description below where you can, no charge, and I don't make any money off of this. This is just, I just love these picks. They're made of wood. They sound fantastic on nylon strings. I think they sound better than any other pick. You play them for a while. I just love the way they sound. You play them for a while and they start to wear down, and that's a good thing. They wear down in a way where they will glide over the string in a very cool way. Anyway, I love the Tree Picks. Go click the link below, put in your name and email address, and you might be the lucky winner. Who is the lucky winner this week? Can I get a drum roll? All the way from Belgium, Roger. Roger won the Tree Picks. Thank you. You'll be receiving them. Takes a little while for the mail to get from Calgary, Canada, to Belgium, but you'll get them. And it looks like Roger is playing a mainland ukulele. Awesome. I love these ukuleles. I'll play a little bit of this later. I love the mainland ooks. Very, very sweet ukuleles. So congratulations. If you'd like to win, go click on the link below. And before we get on with the rest of the lesson, just want to say if you're digging what you're seeing and if you feel like supporting, there are also links in the video description below to support. If you feel like you would like to make a donation, join as a patron. So appreciate that. These live streams are each and every week. Your support is so appreciated. So many, many thanks. Mahalo. Muchísimas gracias. Grazie. And in every language. Dankeschön, dankjewel, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. If you want to support, that's so appreciated. Let's keep on going with the lesson. Congratulations to Roger. We got some sweet folks in the room. Appreciate you hanging. A lot more to share in this lesson, so let's get right into it. 10 seconds. In 2 weeks, I want to make sure that it's clear I won't be here for the live session in 2 weeks. I'll be offering a blues skills workshop. You can get your tickets in the video description below. It's going to be a 2-part workshop. We're going to play minor blues, a B.B. King song, a Ray Charles song. We're going to go deep into these tunes. I'm going to show you all kinds of chord tricks, soloing. You'll get access to a replay and jam tracks. I'm making some very special jam tracks. Once you register, you'll get a link to the workshop materials, and there's an early bird price that's lasts for 1 more week. So just letting you know, blah, blah, blah. Hope to see you there. And in 2 weeks, it's going to be a really good time. Sunday the 17th, 3 p.m. New York City time. Shall we go on? Are you ready for some more? Cool. Let's go into, we're going to use the next one, the next tip as we learn a Bob Marley song, okay? We went from number 1 to number 5, back to number 3 now. Shooting Bullseyes. When you're practicing, and if you really want to make progress in your practice, let me back up and say something that I'm talking about practice, not jamming. Jamming, when we jam, just jam. Just play, just have fun. Practice is when we are taking apart things that we wish we could do a little better. We're spending some time working on them. So when we do that, it's a good idea to, instead of repeating things over and over and over and over again, to instead stack small successes, okay? 3 to 5 very careful repetitions. I think I misspelled that. Repetitions will create more success for you. And we're going to experience that right now. And the whole principle behind this is that if you dig one deep well into one subject, one deep well, you will collect more rain. All right? It's true. So let's learn a riff to steer it up. And we're also going to hang a little bit with, the bar chords to steer it up and the regular old chords. Now, this song, Steer It Up, starts with this riff, and if you play it on a low G, I'm going to pick up a high G in a moment. If you play it on a low G, it's a little bit of a different game. I've heard that the broadcast volume is changing. Hope I'm going through okay. Here's the main riff. What it sounds like on a low G. On a high G, it would be played in a different position. So let's learn this together. I'm going to stay on my high G right now. Then I'm going to put on a jam track so we can just let go and jam along. Once the jam starts, feel free to use that jam as a chance to practice the riff or go around the chords. It's the same progression the entire song. 2 bars of G, a bar of C, a bar of D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's play this riff together. I'm going to come real close to the microphone, to the screen, so you can see clearly what I'm doing. I'm playing open, open 4, 4, 5, 5, 4. Now right there, going back to this principle. Don't eat the whole pie yet. Let's just savor that first piece, okay? So let's go back to the riff, and we're going to stack a small success. Let's just get that first section. If you're playing a high G, you could do this on this string as well, or you can play the other section. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Just that much. All right. Remember, about 10 minutes ago, we had an experience of just looking at the left hand, just looking at the right hand, then combining them, and then letting go. The 4-step process of practice. Let's hang out with looking at our fretting hand. And it's a good idea to say it as you play it, so you can literally talk out what you're playing. O, O, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4. One more time. O, O, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4. Let's do it a third time. 3, 4. O, O, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4. And just one last time just to reinforce it. See how I'm relaxing my hand after each repetition. 3, 4. O, O, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4. Great. The rest of the riff, we put our ring finger on the 5th fret, middle finger on the 4th fret, index finger on the 3rd fret. That outlines a C major chord. You may like to apply the same thing. Just take a moment, look at it, and say 5, 4, 3. It feels like you're going slower, but actually you're saving time because you're learning it thoroughly. Try it. 5, 4, 3. Release. Do it a second time. 5, 4, 3. Trying to shoot a bullseye at the target, right? And then you line up the next shot. And then you take a break and you line up the next shot. Doing this in a relaxed manner will lead you towards greater success than doing it again and again and again and again, and getting nowhere. You just kind of spin your wheels. So, one more time. 5, 4, 3. One last time. 5, 4, 3. Now, voila, what you got to do, slide the whole shape up. 7, 6, 5. 7, 6, 5. You could say the numbers or just scat it. Boop, boop, boop. So what we've been doing, and we're about to put it all together, is we've been stacking small successes, just nibbling at one little part of it, correct repetitions with some space, so we go deep into one subject. This is the quickest way to get to where you're going, all right? Just like water wears down the rock, slowly, millions and millions of years, but the canyon is carved by the softest thing, all right? And I'm not saying that just to be like, whoa, that is how the world works, right? The softest things overcome the hard things. In music practice, it's very true. Soften up your effort, and you'll see you will get there. It feels like you're going slower, but you're actually saving time. Let's play the whole riff. 1, 2, 3, Happy New Year. Open, open, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4. Now ring finger. You just played the whole thing once. Release. Thank you very much. I wish we were in the same room so we could all, have a laugh. I do this. Let's do it again. You may like to use your middle and ring finger on that first part of the riff so it sets up the next part. Okay? 2, ready, begin. Yes. So we just did it twice. Now we're going to do it a third time, and then we're just going to jam. Are you ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. riff it. Nice, keep going. You could strum the chords as well. I don't think it'll take a million years, Valley Stone. Yeah, and now release. Sweet. Let's just reset for a second. Let's see. Ragamuffin Ukes has got a very, very wise thing in the chat, and it's true. When you practice carefully like this, I have found things that I've practiced carefully, even 20 years ago, they still are in my fingers. So I may have to dust them off, but they're still in there. All this time we've taken a break. Let's go right back to it. Let's see if it's in our fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Before we jam, I want to talk about something important, and then we're gonna jam. Bringing space to your music, you know. So, if it takes forever to learn something, quote forever, and you're enjoying yourself, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? If we're enjoying the journey, let the journey be a long one. It's okay to go slow. Take breaks often. Make sure that as you're practicing, you just stop often. And how many times do you need to do that? Over and over again. You know, that is what practice is. Practice is repetition, careful repetition with love. That's my definition of practice. That's what's helped me to learn in a way where I don't feel upset if the results don't happen the way I want them. Now, of course, we want the results, right? If you are willing to be patient, you will be richly rewarded. So make sure that you stop often. It's a good idea to stretch the hands, breathe often, smile, keep it relaxed and fun. Great idea to decorate your practice space with pictures of things that inspire you. It could be family members. It could be famous musicians that you admire. It could be beautiful places in nature that you've been to. And you want your practice to be, positive vibrations. All right. This will really, really help. So let's jam out the tune. The riff is here. The chords are really in the riff. You see, it's 2 bars of G, a bar of C, a bar of D, and let's start to play. Keep up with the chords. Steer it up, little darling, steer it up. Steer it up, little darling, steer it up. It's been a long, long time since I've got you on my mind. This would be the riff. Now you are here, it's so clear. See what we could do now, honey. Me and you, come on now, steer it up. See, little darling, steer it up. Come on now, steer it up. Little darling, steer it up. I'll push the wood, blaze your fire, satisfy your heart's desire. I will steer it every minute. All you got to do now, honey, is keep it in it now. Steer it up, little darling, steer it up. Jam along, come on, steer it up. What on now, little darling, steer it up. You could add the chop chords if you want. Play the riff. The high G riff. Or solo. Let's sing it out one more time. Steer it up, little darling, now steer it up. Steer it up, whoa yeah, little darling, now steer it up. Now just the chords here. Let's end on a big G. Thank you everybody for joining in with that impromptu little jam. Appreciate you hanging with this live stream. If you're enjoying it, hope that you'll click the like button, share this video with your friends. So appreciate you joining me for another live stream session. Now I know that was a whole lot of information to keep up with, so please watch this video again and you will see that the riff, applying these principles, you can learn it. It's just a matter of being willing to bring space to our practice. So bringing space to our practice is really a very, very kind thing to do to ourselves. So we have a practice that is without stress, without strain. I want to talk about one more tip using a timer, but first I just want to say hello to a few folks in the chat, some very kind folks in the chat. Remind you that if you want to win the Tree Picks giveaway, there's a link in the description below. There are also some links in the description below. If you are enjoying this and you're getting some value out of it, if you feel like leaving a tip, a donation, there are links below. Thank you so much for that. There are also extra goodies at the Patreon page. And in 2 weeks, I'll be offering a whole course on blues. We're going to go deep into the A minor pentatonic scale. Play a couple of really, really fun tunes. We're going to also make some jam tracks for you that will be available for you to practice with, and you'll have access to those after the workshop. Really hope you can join me. There are links in the description below if you want to sign up for that. Appreciate you joining, and we appreciate you so much. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being part of the Ukulele Zen family. Really appreciate it. So happy New Year, everybody. Let me know how you're doing in the chat, And if you have any questions about anything, we have been doing a lot of different things. Thank you very much, David. That was so kind of you. Appreciate that super chat. I forgot to mention that. If you feel you can support with a super chat donation, super kind. Thank you, David. Yes, Positive Vibration, which is one of my favorite Bob Marley songs, as a matter of fact. Well, Trish, Trish is asking what level is the ukulele workshop geared to. It's really for all levels, except if you've just got your ukulele maybe a week ago, you may want to get a little more experience, but it's for everybody with just a bare minimum of experience. The songs we're going to be playing have between 3 and 5 chords to them. I'll be clearly outlining them. The workshop materials will be available to download later this week, and I'll be clearly outlining things. As far as the more, advanced stuff of learning how to solo, we're going to take it one note at a time. And I will show you how taking a blues solo is actually not as complicated as you might think. Okay, there are some technical hurdles to make friends with, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So it's really for all levels of player. Oh, thank you, Sean. You're very kind. And if you feel like subscribing, that's very kind of you to do so. Shall we keep on going with a little more jamming? I wanted to share with you how we can apply some of these principles to bar chords. Now, don't click away. Bar chords are not the beast that they are made out to be. It does take some time to learn them. Ragamuffin Ukes in Oregon, thank you so much for that super chat. Bar chords is a subject that I've covered in several different videos here on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to go through a brief teaching on it right now while we apply some of these principles. So if we go back to these chords, scratch the string at the 2nd fret, just lay your finger across, and when I say scratch, I mean that we're really just making a muffled sound. Okay, now stretch the middle finger to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, the ring finger to the 4th fret of your 4th string. Barbara, I will put these in a place to upload. I'll make a public post on Patreon, so you can get that printout. Now notice I'm not squeezing the note at all. I'm just resting the hand on it. This will be using the practice principle of bringing space to it. And when you want to track how much space you're bringing to something, it's a great idea to use a timer. Thank you so much, Joe. That's very kind of you. Appreciate your super chat and your very kind comment. So we were talking a bit about using a timer. When I practice, again, not jamming. When I jam, I just let go, forget about time. But when we're working out a problem with our playing, when we want to improve something, I only practice for 5 or 10 minutes at a time. I put a timer on my cell phone or a kitchen timer, and I'll just do one thing for 5 minutes. Instead of repeating it over and over again and spinning the wheels, use the principle of shooting a bullseye. So every time you practice this, see, I'm taking my time to set it up correctly and just to relax into it. Thank you, Blue Sky 1027. Thank you very much. Appreciate your super chat, your support, and your presence here. When I practice with a timer, when that timer goes off, reminding me that 5 or 10 minutes have gone by, I let go. Just let go. That is one of the hard things to do because we love to play. We want to keep on going. And I understand, believe me, you understand the mindset of, I'm going to get this until I get it. I'm just going to stay with it, to stay with it. And sometimes that's not a bad thing to do, just to break through. But what happens with music is that if we don't break, if we don't take a break, we could be hurting our hands, right? We could be overexerting our tendons and our muscles, twisting our back in a way that's, you feel later that day. And also, are we really improving? So try to make it just 1% better with each repetition. Use a timer. And I added to this page, record yourself. That's a whole nother tip. But you can just record yourself. Just simple voice memo record. And then when you listen back to it, you have to listen to it with kindness, all right? Listen to it with all the tenderness that you would offer a child or your best friend who's saying, hey, I just learned this new song. Will you listen to it? And of course, you're going to listen to it with kindness. So give that to yourself when you record, all right? Let's get back to this using a timer. I'm going to put a few minutes on the clock, and we're just going to work with these bar chords, okay? Applying some of these principles. Thank you, Sir Mark. Travis, Sir Ukulele is in the house. So I just float it up. We're going to apply a funky rhythm in a moment. But just do this. There. 3 times. Try it one more time. Lay the finger across. Middle finger. Ring finger. Yeah. Release. That took 40 seconds. Right? Unless you're running to catch a bus, or if you're late for your plane, you can take 40 seconds to move slower through something, improving 1% at a time. Now, let's do a little trick. Float the hand up and find it. Slide it up 1 fret. So now your bar's on the 3rd fret. See, I moved that G shape up to here. I put the middle finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. There, I just changed to the new shape. Thank you so much, Andy. I appreciate your super chat and your support. So kind. Now, slide it up 2 more frets and we have the 3rd shape. Yeah. This stuff is, this way of practicing is not only more effective, but it has helped me to have a very relaxed and stress-less practice. There's all kinds of personal stories I could get into about how I've shown up at gigs. I'll tell them some other time. I want to keep going with this, but I've shown up at gigs with 5 minutes before I have to play. Just got off a plane. I'm tired. I haven't eaten. I got a headache. If I get into that practice room and I have 5 minutes to go, literally 5 minutes, this is what I'll do. I'll just... It's the best way to spend 5 minutes because my hands are warming up without straining. My mind and my body is returning to the present moment. As I do that, I like to look around, Wow, I'm in Calgary. How cool is this? And suddenly I feel grateful, So there's all kinds of ways that these practices will become personalized for you, and please make them personalized. And the magic of bringing space to your practice, it's magic, man. So let's do this. Squeeze the G chord and then let go. Slide up to C. Looks like I'm coming through. All right. We're working on it. Thank you, Dagmar, for that super chat. Can you hear me, folks? Thank you so much. I was just talking about bringing space to things, and so thank you for letting me know, and also for having a spacious attitude about it. All right, last thing, we were applying the reggae rhythm to this chord. Thank you for hanging. We had a little technical difficulty. Thank you, Dagmar. Appreciate your super chat support. Appreciate you all being here. So you can strum these chords or the open chords. Of G, C, and D. Or the chop chords. Thank you, everybody. Let's play. G, C, D. Yeah, or your open chords. We're gonna land the plane on G, on G. Thank you, everybody. So I understand that there was a little bit of a technical hitch. The sound went out. I believe it's back. Appreciate you hanging with me. So just to round things out, these were 5 practice tips that I think are must-know practice tips, and we're just going to blast through them real quick to sum up. Each one of these could be expanded upon for sure, and there are others. But I think some of the most important practice tips in a person's musical path that can really help you to rocket forward is to use a practice journal. Make sure that when you practice, you're just tracking what you're doing. It helps to keep your dedication alive. Thank you so much for that super chat, Oleg. You're the best. Thank you to everybody for being here. Appreciate your presence. Appreciate you all being here. Bring space to your music. Space is one of the most important elements in music. Mozart famously said that it's the space in between notes that make the music. The space that we bring to our practice helps it to be relaxed and effective. Now, it's not only space in the sense of taking breaks, but space in terms of how you feel inside, having a spacious relationship to your goals. It may take a while, but drop by drop, the bucket gets filled. So cultivate a positive vibration about your music practice. When you get into practicing something, when you really want to take apart something and make it an improvement, shoot bullseyes. Just target one little element and just shoot 3 darts. And if you've ever played darts, you know you line up each shot and then you shoot. So do that with your practice. There. After 3 or 4 times, you're going to really feel a lot more command over this new G major shape than if you just squeezed it and did it over and over again. You're giving yourself a break, and you're being able to pay attention to what is happening. So if you go deep into one subject, you dig one well, you collect more rain. Next, use a timer. Just practice for 5 or 10 minutes, and then stop. Put the instrument down, stand up, take a break. Try to avoid or catch yourself when you're just going around in a loop. That's when we smile, you know, and just see, oh, I'm doing that. Okay. Smile, and then start again. Try to bring just 1% of improvement. And if you bring 1% of improvement over the course of many, many practice sessions, you're going to really feel a cumulative effect of this. Finally, this is a really good one. When you're practicing a passage of music that's tricky, work on just one hand, then the other hand, then combine them, and then let go. This is a powerful practice tip that was shared with me by a classical guitar teacher who I studied with years ago. So it really has helped me a lot. Appreciate y'all being here. Boy, there's some sweet folks. The ukulele people are the sweetest, sweetest people. Ukulele people are the sweetest, sweetest people I know. The ukulele people are the sweetest, sweetest people I know. They're always strumming and they're humming. They want to get it on. They want to jam a song. They want to get it on down. Ukulele people are the sweetest, sweetest people I know. I know. All right, thank you. That is another practice tip. Just, go for it. Keep it light. Keep it fun. And check in with the fun meter. Are you in the red? The person who gave this to me was a Santa Claus impersonator back in 2017. And he said, kid, don't live in the red. You got to pace yourself. So sometimes we just have this much fun, but, try to live in the red when you can, I guess. Have you been having a good time? We had a little technical difficulty with the sound. I appreciate you hanging. Ukulele people are the sweetest loving people that I know. Appreciate you being here. If you are enjoying this video, hope you'll stick around because we're going to shift gears now and move into a mindfulness meditation, a universal practice that has its roots in so many different traditions. I hope that you'll stick around. Before you leave, just want to let you know I'm offering a webinar on the blues 2 weeks from now. There's a link in the description below. Whole bunch of goodies waiting for you there. If you feel like you would like to support with a donation of some kind or a super chat, that's so kind. I appreciate that so much. Make sure you click the link in the description below also to enter into the tree picks giveaway. Win yourself a beautiful set of tree picks all the way from Calgary, from Canada. And thank you very much for joining. The links to all this and more are in the description below. Thank you very much. Red all the way, Oleg says. Definitely. I wish I had a movie of that moment. They said, like, kid, don't live in the red. You're going to burn yourself out. Are there any questions before we move into the meditation section? I have a bunch of gongs and bells that I'm going to play for you, and we're going to do some deep listening. Deep listening for stress relief, for focusing our minds, for relaxing our bodies. And yes, it all comes back to the ukulele, because when we listen to one note, we can listen to it the same way we listen to a singing bell and let the sound return us to the present moment. So let's begin after I take a little sip of water and say hello to a few more people in the chat. Yes, Claudia Marshall is asking, Do I recommend daily practice? Absolutely. If you can keep a practice steady 7 days a week, that's amazing. Anywhere between 5 and 7 is a wonderful thing. It's not how long you practice, it's how deep you go. So in 5 minutes of focused practice, you can make that 5 minutes more valuable than an hour of spinning your wheels. So try to, if you just joined late, watch the whole session here, because I talked about instead of spinning your wheels and just repeating something, do it once, pay attention to what you did, do it again, and do it with the attitude of detachment. That's my own personal take. That's what's helped me in my music journey. So yes, daily practice, but it's not how long, it's how deep you go. Dig one well and you collect more rain. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate you being here. You're so welcome, Claudia. The blues workshop is really for all levels. I am going to, stretch your abilities as a beginner, but trust me, it's going to be so accessible. You know me, I like to make things easy. So when we start soloing, we're just going to start with a few notes. Add a third note. I'm going to share with you a whole bunch of tips and tricks for playing the pentatonic scale and how you can see. You will have an experience of that. Soloing is not hard. It's improvisation, and you've been improvising all your life. Improvising on an instrument is just learning a language. So if you want to sign up, there are links in the description below. Thank you so much, everybody. Hello, somebody's here from Russia. Thank you. So glad you're here. The workshop is actually 2 hours and 15 minutes. Might go a little longer. I'm going to play a little mini concert at the end. These sessions are all about teaching. I don't really play, but that I will play a short set of songs. You'll get 2 workshops, bunch of songs, jam tracks that you can download and practice with, a whole bunch of great fretboard diagrams, song sheets, and it's going to be a good time. So, links in the description below. Early bird price expires in 1 week. So, my friends, we got Don in Florida. Thank you so much. So, my friends, I am going to shift gears. If you came here only for the ukulele lesson, that's totally cool. If you want to stick around for another 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to lead a gong bath, okay? I'm going to bathe you in healing sounds using different singing bowls that I have, and I'm going to lead you through a meditation that is universal, okay? And it's a few words about meditation before we begin. Meditation is not running from the present moment. It's meeting it. It's being in the moment. And music practice is an amazing way to meditate, because as we pay attention to the things that we are doing in our practice, we get a real chance, a real opportunity to accept what is happening. As I shared in this, there are no mistakes. There's only learning. So meditation, as I am about to share with you, is not an escape from life. It is anchoring ourselves and building stability, a relaxed stability, so we can weather the storms of life, okay? It's also not stopping the mind. It's observing. We're just going to observe the mind, anchoring ourselves in our breath. So if we are ready, so many kind folks here leaving so many kind chats. Thank you. Let's begin. There will be no Little Walter songs in the blues workshop. Little Walter, amazing harmonica player, though, for sure. There's going to be a B.B. King song, some Ray Charles, and if there's time, a Louis Jordan song. So as I was just saying, we're not stopping the mind. The mind is an amazing tool, the result of millions and millions of years of evolution. So we're not interested in stopping it. I'd like to invite you to, if you haven't already, you may like to lay down on a bed or on your couch or on the floor, or sit upright with your feet on the floor. And let's begin by taking some active breaths. Active breathing, meaning that we are engaging our diaphragm. And if you breathe in, let's say if your breath lasts for the count of 1, 2, 3, then you would gently exhale for 1, 2, 3. If you can and you feel comfortable to do so, try to deepen to 4 in, 4 out, and then 5 in and 5 out. So this is a balancing breath. And I will ring the bell, and the instruction is very, very simple. Listen and follow your breath. Later, when we breathe, we will be doing a different type of breath, but this is a balanced breath. So let us begin. Thank you for joining me. Breathe and listen. Let's just take a few breaths now to fully arrive in the moment. So bring your attention to your breathing, the rising and falling of your abdomen. Breathing in slowly. Breathing out slowly. If you are able to, breathe in and out through your nostrils. The mouth is closed, if you're able to. And allow a gentle half smile to bloom upon your lips. Allowing the half smile to bloom upon your lips. As you follow your breath, begin to soften the muscles of your scalp, your face, your shoulders. Feel a wave of relaxation, caring for your body. And just taking a few minutes to stop calm and care. Let's listen and breathe in and out. Now let's all take one more deep breath in. And this time when you let it go, see what happens if you follow your breath without trying to direct it in any way. Follow your breathing. Your body's wisdom knows exactly how much oxygen you need. And as you soften, you may delight in the sensation that the entire universe is breathing through you. And you're watching it, feeling grateful for this gift of life. Let's listen. Follow your breathing in and out as it naturally arises and naturally falls. If thoughts enter your consciousness, simply release them and return your focus to the present moment, anchored in your breathing in and breathing out. A fun game to play is to follow 5 breaths in and out. So let's do this brief exercise. It can be very helpful to use your fingers. So 1 breath in, out. Another breath in, out. If your hands are relaxed on your lap, they could simply just move a little bit, or in any way that you feel called to follow your breath. Play a game of 5 breaths. And if there are sounds in your house, allow those sounds to be what you are listening to with this focus, with this acceptance. The same way the earth accepts all the rain, accepts whatever we pour onto its surface, it takes it and it purifies it, returns it to the pure water, then springs forth again. You're listening. Listen like the earth. As you breathe in, mentally note breathing in. As you breathe out, mentally note breathing out. In, out. Breathing in, smile. Breathing out, release. Stay with that for another few breaths. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Smile, release. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, I know it is a wonderful moment. Present moment, wonderful moment. As you breathe in, mentally vibrate present moment. Wonderful moment. The power of your concentration, anchoring you with your breath. Anchored here in the present moment, this wonderful, wonderful moment. And Now finally to end, 3 breaths, in, out, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment. Take a breath in, open your eyes slowly. If you were laying down, slowly push yourself up with your hands, gently, slowly. And we will close. Thank you so much for joining me for this ukulele lesson and for this meditation. Namaste, Norma Jean. Hope that your new year is off to a very good start. The practice of listening to a bell is an ancient one, and the practice is when we hear the bell, we stop whatever we're doing and we just observe 3 breaths. Thank you, Dagmar. Those 3 breaths can be miraculous, restoring your tranquility, seeing clearly what is happening, so we can best take the correct action or non-action. 3 breaths and anchoring ourselves in deep listening. You may enjoy applying that 3-part meditation. It's a guided meditation of in, out, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment. So that's a poem, a Gatha. There are many others, but that is a wonderful, simple one that you can keep in your pocket. And the next time you pick up a ukulele, might be in 1 minute. You can treat your chords like they are singing bells. Listening to the space. And it's a wonderful, tranquil way to begin your music practice. It focuses our minds and our bodies will relax, and we can see clearly how to best proceed. So this meditative approach to music is not just about playing slow. Once we are anchored in the present moment, well, whatever you want to play. But being anchored in the present moment, we can notice so many more of the details and really be fully aware of the music and the people we're playing it for. Thank you so much for your kind comments, for your presence here. Thank you very much. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and that the bell of mindfulness, however it shows up in your life, whether it's on a string, from a bell, or the phenomena and the everyday occurrences, whatever wakes you up to the present moment, I wish you many, many happy returns, peace and blessings and good health for your 2021. I will see you in 1 week. I'll be here in 2 weeks. That seminar I talked about, there's a link down below. Wish you many, many wonderful moments with yourself, with your loved ones. Thank you so much. All blessings to you. I look forward to seeing you in another live stream sometime soon. Thank you so much for being here, for your presence, and for your support. Keep on jamming. Thank you very much. All the best.